Alright guys, welcome back to another video where we are working on my old Bronco, and today we have got a lot of work to do, so we're going to get right into it. First off, we need to wash the whole Bronco. It's pretty dirty underneath, and since we're getting ready for paint, we better get it all washed off, and then we will start working on sanding down more Bondo and getting more Bondo on. We've got the Bronco all washed off and cleaned off, so now we're going to get to sanding and Bondoing for a long time. So let's do it. We got our first section of Bondo to sand right here. We're going to sand all this, all that Bondo up there. We're going to get a second layer of Bondo on everywhere, and then we are going to wait for it to dry and then sand that second layer off. We've got first layers on. It is looking nice. Got it all sanded down. Looking good everywhere. So now we're going to work on getting our second coat of Bondo on this passenger side. I'm going to finish this whole passenger side up, do one side at a time. We're going to whip up some more Bondo and smear it on this stuff and then wait for it to dry and start sanding again. Okay guys, we have got second coats of Bondo on, third coats, I don't know. We've been putting coats on, we've been sanding. So yeah, we're gonna let this coat dry and then we're gonna be back here in the next part of this video to sand it all off. It's time to paint all these interior pieces, so we're gonna get them all cleaned off, we're gonna get them sanded down, we're gonna get them primed, and then we're gonna paint them. And then they will be ready to go back in. So yeah, let's get to doing that. everything washed off. It is looking nice and clean. So now we're gonna set up this as our little painting area and we will start painting. Let's see up. Alright guys, time to do the first coat of our Rust-Oleum Nutmeg color. It's for plastic, so we put on the plastic primer stuff that's supposed to help it bond, so we're gonna see how it lays on there. This is actually working very well. I am very surprised because I wasn't planning on this being like perfect, but it's turning out pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with this. So we will keep doing it and get this interior all painted. So a little bit of story time. I had this, but another brand. And I went to pop the lid off and it just decided to grenade in my hand and I didn't really like that, so I had to go buy more. Yeah, pretty fun. But anyways, check out how good this is looking. It is looking mint. Alright, I'm gonna run you guys through how I kind of prep all this to make it look, I think it looks pretty good. Like, almost like it came like that. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it in case you want to do it too. So first off, we sand it, clean it all off with dish soap, water, make it look really clean, cleanest you can. Then we hit it with a quick sand. I was using 400 grit sanding. Hit it with a quick sand, wipe it all down again. Then you take your adhesion promoter, it's got to be a plastic adhesion promoter, and just lay it on there. So just do a nice even coat over the whole thing. And then you let it sit for a couple minutes, then you do a second coat, and after that you get your base or your final coat on of your color before it dries completely. You wait like 5-10 minutes and then do your top coat. And yeah, that's how you do it, and it turns out pretty good. As you can see, it looks great. Looks factory. And then I like to hit it with a little just everywhere, get it skimmed on a little. Helps the next thicker coat stick a little better, I think, in my opinion. So we'll let that sit a little longer. Keep on sanding our other pieces. Well, we have got everything painted for the interior, and look at that. Looking absolutely beautiful. I am really happy with how this turned out. And yeah, so we will let this dry. If we need to do little touch-ups, we will, and then we will hopefully get to painting the Bronco in this video. So yeah, let's do it. All right, we are back over at the Bronco here. As you can see, we just got all the paint, or the interior pieces painted, so they are ready to go back in as soon as we get the Bronco painted. So we're gonna just lock in and get this thing all done and ready for paint and primer. So we're gonna do that right now. Well folks, the Bronco is coming on slowly but surely. We got pretty much this side all done. I'm pretty happy with how it feels. We got one more spot back here I gotta fix up and sand down, but once that dries, we'll have this side pretty much done. Then we can move on to the other side, get it all dialed in, and then we will start sanding the paint and getting it ready for primer. So getting closer, thankfully, finally. Howdy, folks. As you can see, we are back here at the Bronco. It is a freezing cold morning, but we've got a lot to do on this thing. We are going to get a lot done today. Hopefully, we may even prime it today. That would be ideal, but let's see how we do. Stay tuned. All right, folks, quick little update. We are getting everything filled in nicely. It is looking good. This side is getting closer and closer. So this side's all done. I'm happy with how it looks. I mean, it's not the best, but it's good for what this is gonna be. So yeah, we got this looking all nice. Gonna spend a little more time the rest of the day getting this side feeling nice and hopefully get it all sanded. And if we're lucky, we might be able to get it primed today. So I'm waiting on a new tailgate to get here. It should be here next week sometime. And then we will switch over all the glass and stuff and then get that on too. And then yeah, I got something that's itching to have me get her done. That bad boy, the fastback. Yeah, we will get this thing done so we can move on to the next project. Alright, Bondo is pretty much done. We're waiting for a little spot to dry over there, but now we are just getting the whole thing sanded down and then we will be ready for primer. We're gonna keep sanding it down. Alright guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be painting the top of the Bronco. We have a lot of paint to paint it, so me and my wife are going to paint it today. Yay!
If you trust it, then.
Alright, time to give her a little spray down. Do we have soap still somewhere? Okay, we got it all sanded down. Oh yeah. So we are gonna tape off the windows and then we are gonna lay our first coat of primer on this bad boy. See how it turns out. We're getting high off paint fumes in here. We are dang near close. It's looking pretty good. I'm just waiting for it to kind of dry so we touch her up a little more, but other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, we're just hitting stuff, making it look real good, like so. Anyways, I think this is pretty good for a rattle can job. So, and yeah, the primer. Whoa, don't fall over, honey. Primer and paint showed up today, so but I'm waiting on the tailgate for this. That won't be here till Monday. So that'll be in the next video because this video goes live Saturday. So yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wrap up this video. So make sure you like and subscribe to Torque Co. If you like it, share it with your friends. Show them how awesome we do work. Super professional. So anyways, yeah, we'll see you guys.